Yeah, look how deep this was. That got a little slimy. Oh, that was ricketier than I was expecting. An OMFG moment. I unhydrated, if you know what I mean. Yeah, somebody was taking shits. Look at this. There's a flat screen TV down here. A pheasant right here. What's going on, guys? My name is Ryan. I make motorcycle videos and put them on the internet. Today we're going out on another ride. This is where I went on a real difficult trail I went on. I ended up finding a beach up here, and I took some off-shooting trails from that, but I didn't go beyond that little beach. So I zoomed in on a map and I saw that it's actually kind of a trail there. However, when I zoom in on the map, which I'm probably going to put in right here, as you guys can see, it doesn't really show that the trail is anything. So there might be just a whole lot of tree canopy in that moment, or not. We'll have to find out. It might be a turnaround trail because it's too out of my league, or it could be the most difficult thing I run into this summer. But let's go find out. We'll run into it head on. All right. If all goes well, I should be exiting out of here in about 2-ish hours, I would say. So in summer of 2023, Nova Scotia experienced a lot of rainfall, which resulted in some heavy flooding. And by the way, sorry if you're getting a lot of wind. I'm wearing a different helmet than I normally am right now, than I normally would be out on a trail, and this doesn't have a chin curtain. So if there's a lot of wind coming in, gosh, I'll try to fix it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Sorry if it's bad. If it's not, then anyway, let's carry on. So there was a whole bunch of flooding in, I want to say it was like the end of May or the very beginning of June of 2023. And that bridge that I just went over at the very beginning of this video, that bridge didn't exist. There was a different bridge there, and let's just say it got completely washed away. And there was actually no way to access this side of the trails that I'm on without taking an exceptionally long ride, like to the point where I would have needed like a full gas stop, if you know what I mean. Like I would have I would have had to bring extra fuel with me just to get around, and then I'd have to turn around and go all the way back to get back to, you know, the starting point sort of thing. So it was unreasonable to do. So long story short, that whole summer of 2023, I only made it up this pathway one time, and that was my very first ever moto vlog video, was up this direction. Not very far, because I was still fairly new at riding and whatnot, but so like this, right, what I'm riding on right now is an actual challenge for me at that point in my riding career. And then shortly after is when those floods happened and the bridge got washed away. So the rest of summer of 2023, I didn't get to ride this side of the trails. All of 2024 I didn't get to, and then the very start of 2025, the ATV Society or whatever went, and I think they repaired the bridge, built that new one. That's like legit too. It looks like it's made it with steel frames and shit. So that's pretty cool. Props to them. And it opened up all these trails to a little bike like mine, so that I can actually get to this side without having to, you know, carry a jerry can or whatever with a few extra liters of fuel, but and not to mention all the extra weight and size that requires. So anyway, long story short, I'm having fun on this side of the trails. The little offshooting trails, like this thing I'm on right now is, let's call it the main road. It's called hiking trail, but it's kind of like the main road. You see, like this Kia Sportage is even driving on it, so it's not that big of a deal. And the first trail that I think I was going to try to go to, I think is actually just right here. Am I there already? So I am. No, I'm not. This isn't it at all. Never mind. It does go off to the left like that, but that's not it. That was some wild backfire. Hopefully the mic picked that up. Yeah, so anyway, I've been enjoying these little off-shooting side trails so far, because they're just something different, you know? This whole region is called Crown Land. That's what we in Canada call public property, I think. So you can kind of camp out here. You don't need a permit to start a fire unless there's a fire ban and all, you know, blah blah blah, right? But you're allowed to go camping, fishing. You're allowed to ride these things along as long as you've got permits. So it's just kind of a nice area. Now these main roads that I'm on are for I believe fire, like in the event of forest fires, they can get trucks and stuff out here. I think that's actually the primary purpose of these. They're all fire access roads, logging roads, whatever you want to call them. But then there's little offshooting trails here and there, and that's what I'm hunting today, once again. The one I'm gonna ride on, I rode the first couple of 100 feet of it a few videos ago, maybe even last video, I can't really remember. And it ended up at a little beach. I just turned around and came back and basically found a little, let's call it a hiking trail, like meant for foot traffic, that came right off of that offshooting trail. This is gonna make more sense when I show you. But anyway, when I got to that little excuse me, when I got to that little beach, there was a continuation of the trail that got me to it, but I didn't bother taking it. I just said I was gonna make mental note and go back to it sometime. This is that sometime. It's a Wednesday afternoon, just after lunch hour actually. It's like probably 12:30 or something like that, and it is boiling hot out. It's actually like 30 degrees Celsius, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I'm guessing it's got to be somewhere in the pushing 90 area, which is really hot. So let's hope this old girl doesn't overheat or anything like that. But one of these trails I'm going to get on, it looks like it's going to be super difficult, or it's just going to psych me out. And this is actually where I think I'm supposed to be. Yes, it is. All right, this is the one. Now we go down here, and this should be just a couple of, maybe a couple of 100 yards of roly-poly, rocky downhill, and then we'll be at that little beach that I mentioned. It's not one I want to swim in. I think there was some weeds and slimy shit, you know what I mean? But see, so there's like hiking trails. Oh, I wasn't even looking where I was going. That was dangerous. And you saw the little boardwalk there. Now, last time I went down here, I can't remember where it was. I think it was like right here actually. Nope. Somewhere just up on the left, just right here somewhere, there was a trail that I ended up going down that was pretty difficult with roots and all that. Yeah, it was right here. So I rode down that thing till I kind of gave up. But today we're gonna hopefully not give up. I am loaded in bug spray. So long story short, this is that beach I was talking about, and the reason I say I don't want to swim in it or whatever, look how marshy it is, you know? It doesn't look like a real good swim spot, but this is super picturesque. Look at that. Someone had a little fire here. So on a shotgun shell, someone's been having fun back here. None of this was here. There was a fire pit last time I was here, but it wasn't like dug in, and that log that's going there was actually not chopped off yet. So someone came down here and they were putting in a little bit of work since last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. But anyway, the trail I'm going to take is down this way. Now, I just don't know how far it goes, but I know I got to ride it basically till the end. And hopefully it's actually rideable at my skill set. Look, there's another shotgun shell right there. Because, like I said earlier on, when I zoomed in on the map, there might have just been a whole lot of tree cover, but I'm not sure that that's the answer. Oh, all right. Maybe I should have a visor down. Think that's a good idea, old rye guy? You know, just so I don't get branches in my teeth. I don't know if my dental program will cover that. So Ryan, how did you fuck your teeth up? Well, you see, I was off-roading, and against all common knowledge or common sense, I decided not to have a visor on, and I got a branch in the mouth. Alright, first potentially irritating challenge of the day right here. I'm not gonna go through all that, but I could probably make it through right over here, no problem, right? Yeah, that's nothing. Okay, now this one looks a little more intimidating. Oh, look at all these rocks and shit in here. Oh God, I got a good distance of this to go too. Oh, here we go. Oh, my foot's fully wet. There's a fucking big rock there. Oh yeah, I had to put my foot down there, right in the middle of that. I gotta tell you, like, having a wet foot is irritating, but my goodness, I have to keep it 100 here. That is so refreshing right now. No cap. My foot feels heavier now though. I ought to get some waterproof boots for when I'm doing this kind of crap, eh? Hey, boo-boo. Oh boy. The bugs aren't too bad. I was worried they would be when I was in that, basically, ocean I just rode through. Oh. So, if anybody's ever thinking about buying a dual sport, here's an advertisement to your future life, and we could be friends, because I seem like the kind of guy that most people want to be friends with. This is unbelievable in here. Whoa! And I mean that in a scenic sense. Wow. Oh yeah. Well, I'm not gonna have any issues making it up this hill, but part of me, you know what, I do want to take a quick little photo while I'm here. Photo op done. So this line looks like I'm gonna have to stick to the right until a boulder that's like halfway. I don't know if I'm pointing at it, but about halfway. You know what, I think I just gotta stay to the right the entire time. This right, not the other right. Oh yes, look at this, look at me chugging along here. Nothing for a KLX, bro. Nothing. That was super good. Oh, that was more challenging than I think the camera might have made it look too. But I'm like a professional, man. Oh yeah, you're a professional. Then how are you gonna navigate this one, dickweed? Oh, we got through that one. Dickweed. See, this is where I saw on the map that the tree cover was nil, and to my pleasure, this trail is actually super manageable. That little wet spot, I was worried about that. I didn't show it on camera. Oh boy, what am I gonna do here? Oh, we just tractor our way through that. Now this is a little bit more tedious. I'm thinking it's not that deep over here. There we go. Oh, someone did some work right here. Look at all these logs. We're just tractoring along with the KLX. These kind of trails are probably the most fun but challenging, and I got something to tell you guys. no cap, I got dressed twice for this trail ride today, and I'm currently wearing my first outfit just for the third time. Oh, you have no idea how deep that was. I'm about to show you all though. Yeah, I didn't put my foot down, that just splashed up on me. Yeah, look how deep this was. That got a little slimy. My trail through here. Still chugging though. Anyway, what I was saying, I was getting ready to go, and then, you know what? I have a meet tonight, a bike meet on the sport bike, and we're gonna be doing a big group ride. And I just didn't feel like going out right now, but I'm like, oh God. I looked at myself in the mirror after the second time I took my clothes off and said, nah, I'm not gonna go. And I said, you know what? You're gonna end up regretting this. You're gonna look back when the poor weather starts in the fall, and you're like, damn man, riding season's over. I wish I capitalized on more opportunities. And you know what? You would be correct in thinking that. So that's when I got my ass up and said, let's go.
Oh, that was the grossest thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's go.
Oh yes. Let's go right through this. Oh, that was ricketier than I was expecting. It was shaking below me. Maybe I should have, stopped and give it a little peeky poo first, huh? All right. What kind of bullshit do we got here? See, I can see that it's not ultra deep, but how soupy is it is going to be the question. And look at what I got to get up on the other side too. I think I fucked her. Oh, we're good. See that? Oh, I managed to straighten my wheel out the right way, and I got through it. I thought for sure I wasn't going to get stuck, but that I was going to run into an OMFG moment. Oh, yeah, seat bouncing up and ball tapping me.
What?
Oh boy, this doesn't look nearly as good. This one's a lot longer. You know what? I wonder if I can just get up this and ride along into that, because this is quite a long stretch. I think I might have to do that. And the worst part is, I can't tell if this is clearing up ahead. I just heard something to my right here, and I did not like hearing a noise. Yeah, I'm gonna get myself all crooked here. Not like that, you can't, dipshit. Ugh. Well, I'm currently walking my bike across this. At least that first part. There. So this is the way. What? As though I just did that. What I was trying to say is, I can't tell if right up here is a clearing or the other end of the trail. And now that I see that arrow, it is the other end. But now I don't know where the frig I gotta go. I took a look at my map. Believe it or not, I actually had a little bit of cell phone service to get directionals. I rehydrated. I unhydrated, if you know what I mean. And now I think I'm good to roll. So let's keep plugging away here. Oh, this is all a trail I've never been on, by the way, which I think was pretty obvious. Surprised I've ever been on any trail by the shit show I just went through. I didn't know I was gonna be going uphill for an hour on a loose, rolly hill, but alas, the top. Let's find a path here. This is the side. No, we'll go on this one. Yeah, why do I always pick the wrong side? It doesn't matter what side I go on, there's branches in front of me. Oh yeah. Okay. Anyway, are you guys having fun yet? How's your summer going? A little bit of breeze up here. Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Easy breezy, beautiful cover girl.
Let my eyes adjust. Pirate style. Go ahead and say this path don't get used too often. You know, based on the whole it's overgrown from every direction. Which, I don't know if you guys are catching the trend here. For anyone that actually watches these videos on a more regular basis, but it seems like I'm really good at finding the trails that don't get used. That probably feeds into the fact that on like a, let's call it a smaller trail, I've still yet to find another human. Actually, that's a lie. Last year, was that last year? It was like my first ride of last year. Yeah, I ended up running into 3 dudes on ATVs when that old guy most likely slipped on wet rocks, fell, knocked himself out, and drowned. Well, what's happening here? Does this trail just disappear into the secret garden or something? No. Yeah, look at this. The grass doesn't grow when it's getting driven on. I saw that little off-shooting trail there to the left. I see everything, boys. What's that? Let's see where I'm riding up this hill. Oh, the ground doesn't really want to be ground, but here we go. Ooh, yeah, it's not ready to be solid ground around here yet. Ugh. Don't worry, we saved her. See that? That takes skill, bruh. Ooh. Okay. I think the left looks a little less. Oh shit! So you know what? The center kind of seems to be. Let's go wide left here. Wide left. Wide left. Blue 32, green KLX. Helly, guys, the fact that I didn't just stall out and die on that hill is gonna be added to one of the great mysteries of life. Now I gotta go downhill too, huh? Look with them, must come down. Okay, Isaac Newton, or was it Isaac Newton? The gravity guy? Go ahead and say it was. No one's here to argue with me, so Isaac Newton created gravity, or at least discovered the law of gravity. This is another brutal hill climb I'm working my way through right now. That might not look so obvious. Oh my god, I just saw up ahead. Holy shit. Ah, my lord. I gotta try to get to the right though, by the looks of it. Oh god, look at this, boys. Oh, we're chugging along. There we go. Okay, why am I? Notice how I get so quiet on hills? And then I'm just like, oh, we're chugging along. I gotta come up with something new to say, like, ooh, smack that ass, you know, Suki style. Woo! Fuck you, hill. Whoa, look at the hill I'm on. Jeez, I am up pretty high right now. Yeah, I just saw mushrooms on the ground growing. You're telling me this trail gets used? I beg to differ, young man. Stretch out my legs and my back, my Gucci and my crack. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Oh, she'll be coming around. She'll be coming around. Oh, God. I'm going down, boys. Nope, I stayed up. Oh, you know, I really ought to set up a slow motion camera on my forks or something so you guys can see. Because the thing is, like, GoPros don't really pick up detail like they should. Like perception wise, this is such a steep hill right here too. It doesn't look overly challenging, but it's steep and shitty, so see that? Handle guards coming into well used use. Ooh. Okay. Whoa, that's one too many. I see a clearing up ahead just through these trees, and I may take a peek around. Oh god, I got a bug right on my visor. No, it's gone now. Peace out, Girl Scout! No, I'm not gonna look around right here. There was a little trail there, wasn't there? I wonder what that goes into, because that looks insane in there. That's some of the thickest woods I think I've ever seen in my life. When I'm not exaggerating when I say I couldn't see more than like 10 feet. Like there was zero clearing. There was zero like space between foliage. That's the word, right? I just regrouped, stared at the map a bit longer, and I kind of get where I'm supposed to be here. So a little ways up, a healthy distance actually, not nothing crazy. I should see a fork join us from the left. I gotta stick right. Oh boy, oh boy. I don't know what's going on over there, but we're not gonna find out. Oh, it actually doesn't look any worse than this. It's just another option. This has been quite the ride so far. Like, you might not pick up on it, but there was a few real serious challenges here between some of these hills, both up and down, that I've went on. Through that little tree covered area where it was like trees were like sticking out on the sides, where I was like leaning on a 45 just to ride straight. And then through that first like area right after the beach, you know. We can at least cool down like this. Yeah, visor up for a sec. Let the sweat on my brow dry. So that's the trail on the left, and I stick to the right, which made sense because it seems to be more primary trail. I live in Nova Scotia, and I don't think we have a whole lot in terms of reptiles here. Like there's the odd, maybe like grass snakes or whatever. Ooh. But I used to live in Ontario, and we used to have these things called Massasauga rattlesnakes. And I'm telling you, I'm real glad I'm not into this sport up there, because I just feel like the amount of times I ran into those things when I was just out hiking and all that, walking dogs, riding bikes with friends, bicycles with friends when I was younger. I would hate to be in the middle of nowhere like this, beyond cell service, and one just coiled up on the side of the trail, and it sees me coming, but I don't see it because they kind of blend in, and that thing just like springs up at me, gets me right in the calf, you know, with all that poison. Leaning forward, helping you out, old girl. I was in second gear, which wasn't gonna help out the old girl at all, but she's a first gear warrior, this little baby. Yeah, anyway, that would be terrible if those snakes, because I'm sure that is a risk that could happen, you know. I remember one time me and my buddy Jeff Trudell, when I was like, well, let me think about this. It would have been like 6th grade, so we were, let's call it 12. I think that would have been. We were out riding bicycles one time at on a trail similar to this, and like our mountain bikes, you know, and super cycles, I think they were, CCM or something. But anyway, we found one of those rattlesnakes, and we got off our bikes, and we were standing a decent distance away from it, like let's say 5-6 feet, you know, far enough that it can't really spring at you. At least in our mind it couldn't. And we were looking at it, and the thing starts going, you know, with the tail, and my buddy grabs a stick and tries to like poke at it. Whoa, what the, speaking of a stick, like what timing is that? I've never been hit by a stick before, and out of nowhere I talk about a stick and a freaking stick comes up and hits me. Anyway, my buddy grabs a stick to go to try to poke this thing. I know, not the most intelligent thing ever, but let me remind you, 12 years old, and right when he went to poke it, like, it didn't do anything, it just started a bunch more, you know, with the tail, and then something made a noise in the shrubs to our side, and I actually remember about to turn to see what it was, because it was probably only like a bird or a squirrel or something. It wasn't like nothing crazy, you know. I remember I was about to turn, but something told me to break my ADD for a sec and just watch the freaking snake. My buddy turned, and as soon as he turned his head, that's when the snake like poked its head back to like get ready to spring forward, and as it did, I kid you not, I boot fucked that thing out of the air. Like, I kicked its head square as soon as, while it was like airborne, like say this is its mouth, it's going like that towards my friend's leg, and I actually freaking uppercutted it with my foot, and I saved my buddy's life most likely. I mean, just calling it what it is. And anyway, that was a pretty cool moment. That was incredible hand-eye coordination. I guess it'd be foot-eye coordination, but oh yeah, hold on. You guys saw it, I saw it, we all saw it. There is a lake that is gonna have me say hello to it here. Oh, the flies are gonna be horrible here, I can already tell though. Just scare away the bears before I go down here. I wonder if that loops all the way around. I'm gonna go ahead and say it does. But it did, but just barely. Check this out. Oh yes. Whew. There's something floating right there. I don't know if you can see that. It looks like a yellow, like rubber ducky or something. I think there's some pretty fresh arsewipe here too. Oh. Yeah, somebody was taking shits. Yeah, right here. I don't know if you can see that floating. It's maybe like a bobber, or someone's like, oh yeah, I can see like a little jig down here too. Someone got caught on some weeds fishing, didn't go in for it. And there's like some sort of bobber over there. This is, at first glance, this looks like a nice little camping spot, but it's not. There's nowhere flat to lay a tent down. This would be a cool spot to come, like, have a little fire, fish, you know, cook the fish, but you don't want to camp here. There's absolutely nowhere flat, unless you bring like a air mattress or whatever, and you can sleep on a little bit of a slope. But let's get back on this trail here. See, this is the cool stuff when you find stuff like this and you realize someone else has as well. Maybe tomorrow I'll finally settle down. I think I just mixed up two songs. One was The Littlest Hobo, and the other one is On the Road Again. Alright, just rehydrated as well. So I actually take, I believe, frig, I already forget. I think it was the first left. I think I take the first left up here, and then the first right. Oh, with this speed comes some breeze? Yes. I bet this is the left, right here. Yeah, this will be the left that I was actually looking for. The left here, so I think these should be more proper trails and less road-like. Oh, what gear am I in? I feel like I'm in like third right now too. Okay, we're leaning forward. We're helping the old girl out for the second time. I've said that in the last 20. There we go. Like 210-ish pounds. So when I say I'm leaning forward, it's like when you ride a horse. When you're going uphill, lean forward a little bit to help them out. You know, I know these things are, this bike is rear wheel drive, and ultimately that means if I lean forward too much, I'm taking like downforce off the rear wheel. But as long as there's enough, because my feet are still on the pegs, you know, it'll dig in for you and kind of bite and keep you moving along. Now I gotta take the first right. This doesn't look like much of a right. This looks like more of just a gap in tree. It ain't made any sense what I was just saying, but if I'm leaning forward like this, there's enough weight on the arse end of this just because of just the regular everyday downforce from my, I don't know what was on my leg there. I hope my camera picked that up. There's something on my leg. And anyway, it'll bite enough to keep you moving. But if you're leaning back on it, Yes, you will have more bite, more downforce and all that. Yes, you will. But then you're also like tiring out the motor. You're making it work a lot harder with all that extra weight on it, you know, directly on it, and you're susceptible yourself to an accidental wheelie. These kind of trails are actually like a whole lot of fun. This is far from challenging. Heck, I think even most newbies, new drivers, riders, whatever, would be fine with everything uphill now. Oh, look at this, there's a little lake to my right. I didn't know that. I just saw some brightness and I'm like, what is going on here? And when I looked at the map, I didn't really notice a lake. Oh look, there's a little trail that goes down to it. Am I gonna check this one out too? You know what, this is one of those ones where I will check it out, but I'm gonna check it out via foot, so I don't have to do like a 3-point turn once I get there, you know, scare the bears away. Look at this, there's a flat screen TV down here. Bro, I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere and I fucking flat screen TV is broken. Pardon all the swear words there, but I just had to express that. Oh, I just saw something on that rock right over there. I bet it's a beaver or something. Sad flowers. Look at these flowers. I wonder what the frig these are. I've never seen this kind of flower before. I'm not going to touch them in case they're poisonous. Yeah, anyway, there was something on that little rock there and it slipped into the water. I don't think it was just a frog. Whew. Well, that was pretty cool. Found a flat screen TV. Maybe someone brought that out here to do some gaming. I mean, it is kind of fun to play Call of Duty while you're camping. Bring a new definition to a corner camper though, I'll tell you that. I'm sure there's a better joke in there somewhere. Instead I take the first right. I think this is that right. I think it just tells you have to go this way. Either way, we're gonna keep following this trail. No matter what happens, we're in this together. Alone and surrounded, you know what I mean? Look at that pheasant right here. It tried chasing me down, see that? For now, we've got some, we've got this is actually quite the hill. Oh! The fact that I kept this bike from stalling and not on the ground is crazy just there. I was sending it into that I gotta get up over here. This is like a insanely steep hill right here. Oh yes, what can't the KLX do other than give me mini heart attacks? Oh my goodness. This was the most unexpected little challenge ever. Oh look, a piss bottle. There was challenging parts of this trail earlier on in it, you know. This was overall a really fun ride. It's so far, I think it's only been an hour. I believe it's actually exactly 1 hour right now. This time's not accurate, it says 6:43. I just never said it, but I'm pretty sure it said 5:43 when I set out. So I've only been riding for an hour, and that included two hydration breaks. I took a look at a couple lakes, got stuck in that one water spot there and whatnot, and I remember I had to walk my bike for 7 or 8 feet just to get it past a little tree that I didn't have confidence in my balance getting me by. So we've had some wild hill climbs and declimbs, unclimbs, reclimbs, what's it called? And overall this has been a really enjoyable ride today, I gotta tell you. For a random Wednesday where it's actually scorching out, this has been a really fun ride. How I have to get back to my Bronco made in Dearborn, Michigan. Yeah, so we're on our way up this way here. Bike likes getting this cold air in it too. I heard the fans kick in a few times between how hot it was and the fact that a huge amount of that riding I did today was first gear riding. So the bike's pretty happy to be getting a little bit of air in there now. Follow my way home. I'm like homeward bound here, you know, with Sassy Champ and Shadow. Guys, let's be real. When Shadow came running around that corner at the end after Sassy and Champ left him in the muddy hole, you know, and he came running around that corner at the end, kind of limping.
Oh, Peter.
There's not a person with dry eyes on the planet that saw that. Let's be honest.
Shut up!
Peter, you're okay. Peter, oh, I'm so happy. I thought about you all.
It's pretty crazy that I can watch someone's head get blown off. I can watch some wild videos on the internet, you know what I mean? And I don't have any emotion to it. But let me tell you, when somebody does something to a dog, that'll get you. Or when a dog saves themselves. I was watching Animal Planet, or I might have been watching Disney, but it was like an animal related movie or documentary or whatever. And listen, like I said, I have seen some wild stuff on the internet, like you name it, people's heads getting blown off, beheadings, some of those wild terrorist videos. I've seen action movies. Heck, I've even seen movies where things get a little spicy, and you know, there's some intercourse happening, even some cunnilingus and sodomy and so on. And I could still eat. Like if I'm sitting there eating dinner, watching a movie, and the wild stuff starts happening, I'm actually okay with it. Hell, I had pizza watching The Human Centipede. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't bother me, but let me tell you the one thing that will always screw up your day is eating and watching birth. I can't do it. It's got to be the absolute worst thing ever. So I was watching the Animal Planet, and I watched a giraffe give birth. And a giraffe, they fall. They give birth standing up, and they're tall mother effers. And anyway, the baby giraffe falls like 6 feet from the vagine all the way to, I think this is where I gotta go, to the ground. And the one I was watching, anyway, it was just gross watching come out. It hits the ground, snaps its neck, and then, oh boy, I'm thinking I go this way. Guys, I'm getting really lost on these old dirt roads here. It snaps its neck, so it's immediately dead before it even had a chance at life, which is sad. But then the placenta comes out, and a giraffe placenta is huge, okay? It's wild. Yeah, here's that quarry, so we're on the right track. And then the big giraffe had to like eat the little giraffe's placenta, or the placenta that came out, you know. They do that so that the any of the predators around don't smell it and decide to come attack you. Yeah, here's that quarry again. Yeah, there's nothing going on. It looks the exact same. Actually, you know what? Something has been going on here. This pile wasn't this big, was it? It'd be a great place to have a pit party. You know, 200-300 people on dirt bikes, quads, side-by-sides, a few bonfires, some boom boxes, playing music that isn't rap. Yeah, you can't watch birth when you eat, man. That's one way to ruin your day. Human birth too. Like imagine you're in the delivery room with your lady, and she's giving birth to your baby, and you're hungry, you know, so you got like a $5 footlong, like a cold cut trio or whatever from Subway, and all you want to do is eat it, and she's trying to push you know, that thing going on, and the baby's head is crowning out, and all you're trying to do is eat the cold cut, you know. That doesn't sound like a good day at all. It's actually quite a view up here. Although I've ridden up this before, I never went this direction, so I never really acknowledged like how good this view is. I can see until the end, until you can't anymore, you know, and not a minute further. Hell of a view up here. I know it doesn't look like it on camera, but this is actually, I can see exceptionally far right now. Oh, look at this. I'm heading on the right hand side, and there's a caution thing up ahead. It's like a pylon. A cone has been destroyed. There were cones.
You hit 2 cones. Those could have been people. Those could have been guests at our wedding. They were cones.
You know, I don't drink alcohol. I'm actually completely sober. I don't touch the stuff, which is surprising to you maybe. But it is days like this where part of me misses drinking a little bit, you know, because it's like, even though I just said how hot and thirsty it is, or I am, it is the perfect kind of day for you know, 10 to 20 beer. Canadian beer too, not those American weak ones. I'm talking high percent, 6%, you know. To be totally honest with you, I'm more of a Heineken guy. In the summer I like Corona, hell, Coors Light, as much as they are just sex in a canoe because they're fucking near water. Those are potentially one of the most refreshing drinks on the planet. I don't care for Bud Light too much, but Coors Light, there's a different vibe there. The silver bullet, bud. So that trail I said I was going to meet up with later if everything went to plan, here we have plan. So this river was raging so much in 2023 that I was talking about at the beginning, that this whole washed away. Oh cool, look, there's I'll probably never be able to zoom in enough on this camera, but along the side of that rock there's actually a ruler, and it says that it's about 7 feet deep right there. Look, people they did pavement and everything. Like, this was just a rinkety-dink little wooden structure before. Now someone did some real infrastructure down here. Look at this, there's like cement footings and everything like that. Those weren't there, I don't think. Someone did graffiti over there by the looks of it already, but this is pretty legit work. Yeah, so anyway, that's gonna be it for the ride today. I've got to ride me 2 minutes back, and I'm back at my my Bronco. Thanks for coming along with the ride, boys. If you enjoyed it, awesome. Hit that like button and leave a comment if you feel like it. If you didn't, up yours. Peace.